podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, people. Welcome to Musicals Bastards.
I'm not replying if you're not going to say it in order.
Welcome to episode 54 of Film Bastards. I am one of your co-hosts, Mark Foster, and as ever, I am joined by
Becky.
And
Ian Loring. That was brilliant. Well done.
And we're also joined by
Andrew Jones.
And what are we chatting today? We are chatting Hamilton, the film
recorded stage production.
There we fucking go. What are we looking at?
Should I see what else we watched?
I mean, you watched other stuff because you watched Hellraiser.
Shit, yeah.
With a 16-year-old child because you're a terrible parent.
I mean, she's 16.
It's fine. We all watched something younger than 16, I'm guessing, anyway.
She needs to know about this shit. She needs to know not to play with puzzle boxes.
She does need to know not to play with puzzle boxes, or she's gonna what's going to happen.
What's going to happen,
yeah.
Exactly. I mean, if she's into that kind of thing, that's her choice.
That's fair enough, yeah. That's her choice to make. It's her mistakes to make.
Oh, I also watched a very good film.
Did you? Oh, yes, you did, yeah.
That made me cry.
So we've got some what we've been watching. Have there been some trailers? There might have been. Yes, there has, because I watched one.
I haven't watched any.
I have. I've watched one. Other bits. Ian, what's been happening in the news?
Fucking Ennio Morricone died, didn't he? Now, I mean, dude lived a good life. You know, solid innings. But, fucking hell, it still feels like a loss, doesn't it? Like, it's, you know, pretty seismic. I was only thinking about his music for Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion the other day. And it was like...
Fucking great.
Like, just the fucking body of work that guy did is just absolutely sensational. And, you know, the mainstream media basically go, oh, the guy who did wah, died. It's like, yeah, did a bit more than that, didn't he? I'm glad he got...
Wow.
That was his other contribution. I forgot. Thank you, Andrew. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad he got his Oscar. You know, and it was for. It doesn't feel like it was one of those give it to them because it's their time kind of things. Like The Hateful Eight, watched it a few weeks back, talked about it on the show a few episodes back. Fucking stunning soundtrack.
Yeah.
Stunning. And yeah, I think he got an honorary Oscar beforehand as well. And I love that people who get honorary Oscars and then go on to actually win an Oscar and just go, fuck you, I'm still alive.
Yeah. it was a you wanted to do this before I died, didn't you? Well.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, it's a small list of people who managed to do that though, eh? Oh, fuck. That would be a good pub quiz question. But yeah, no, hell of a career. Very, very sad loss. But we've got a fucking shit ton of music to remember him by.
Yeah, I think we own 5 or 6 of his soundtracks, I think, on vinyl, don't we, Bex?
I don't really get involved in the soundtracks.
We do. I'll say this now. We do.
I'm more just get involved in the Dylan.
Yeah, you do get involved in the Dylan. But yeah, we do. We've got several there, I think. I'm sure. Any other news, Ian?
Oh, okay. I don't know. Michael Bay's producing a film which is actually shooting in LA right now about the pandemic. So that'll be a nice opportunistic thing to watch probably on VOD next year. What else? Sorry, my headphones have gone a bit funny. Bear with. I'm just going to put my AirPods on because my headphones are only coming out of one ear and I'm finding it really distracting. 2 ticks.
Sorry, we're just watching our cat fall off stuff. It's great.
What?
It goes a bit wrong. A couple of points in the evening, he decides to just go a bit mental and then just throws himself around the room and falls off stuff. It's fantastic to watch.
Yeah, he's currently wrapped one of his toys around a little chest we've got.
So it's like a fluffy bird thing that's got then like a piece of elastic.
Okay.
Piece of elastic and then like a ring that you can put over your finger so you can like dangle it at them and torment them.
Yeah.
But he plays with it on his own, so he'll like wrap himself up in it and then just attack the bird because he thinks the bird's like trapping him somehow.
I don't know.
So he can't be left unsupervised with it because I feel like he'd strangle himself. Hi, Ian.
Hi.
But yeah, he's wrapped it around. We've got like a chest made out of pallets in our living room. He's wrapped it around one of the slats to make it do the dangly thing, and now he's just attacking it. Fun.
Yeah. Dogs are the best. Dogs are the best. I'm assuming you were talking about a dog and not Mark.
No, we were talking about the cat.
The cat?
The cat.
You know cats.
The cat was doing that?
Yeah.
Maybe I've misjudged him.
Last night he was stalking the dog around the living room, just getting as close to his like rear end as he could, and then just like hitting him, claws out on the ass until the dog ran away, and then he was stalking him to where he had escaped. He's got a thing about playing with hair as well, which is fun in a household where I have long hair and Mark has a beard, so that's fun. Oh my god, I've got such a good one to tell you in a minute. But anyway, just on the dog. He chases the dog around the room and then just like grabs hold of his tail, and then the dog kind of runs away, but the cat doesn't let go, so he gets dragged about a foot before he lets go. So that's always fun. But yeah, if Mark's watching TV, he jumps up on the arm of the sofa next to him, pulls his arm like right back, and just smacks him like 5 times in the face, like rabbit punches him, and then runs away. It's amazing.
Right, no, I take it back. Cats are agents of chaos and must all be destroyed. Fuck them.
He came up the other day and did it and pulled his arm back, sat next to me, and I was like, oh my god, it's my turn. And then he just reached out and gently stroked my cheek and sat down.
Aww. See, cats can be
Great,
cute.
hits me in the face, then runs away.
Yeah, but he knows I won't accept that kind of shit from him.
How close is Mark from phoning the police and reporting domestic abuse? And it's like,
again,
but my cat.
He's like what's she called in the league? Milady. Just abusing you, an abusive relationship with your cat.
Yeah.
I need to watch the league. That's the one with Jason Mountzoukis, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That makes you the Andre.
Thanks for that. You twat.
That's depressing.
That's news then.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm racking my brain now. I mean, it's just like things are kind of getting announced. Oh. Sorry, I don't know what that was.
I want to be just like you.
Yeah, no, quite. Yeah. I am the king of the swingers. So David Leitch, the director of Atomic Blonde, Hobbs and Shaw, Deadpool 2, has got
Wait, Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah, David
Fast and
Leitch.
Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, I know. I'm ever so sorry, Andrew. Please accept my profound apologies. That's right. Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. And I am a stickler.
No.
I was going to say that would be a very different Hobbs and Shaw movie.
It would be a very different Hobbs
Sorry,
and Shaw
Fast and
movie.
Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. I would watch a British version of that.
I don't know I would. I'd be just Jason Statham going, what? For 2 hours.
Yeah, there was
You motherfucking asshole. Yeah.
Wow, we.
Sorry, Ian, go on.
He's directing a film with Brad Pitt, and I can't remember the title, but I saw the title, I saw David Leitch, and I saw Brad Pitt. It was like, yes.
It's the Bullet Train one.
Yeah, Bullet Train! Bullet Train, baby!
Oh, is Baby Part's title?
Oh, Bullet Train, baby. That
Yeah.
was cool.
Did you also see that Tom Hanks commented on the fact that Greyhound has gone to Apple TV by describing it as absolutely heartbreaking?
Yeah.
I don't mean to make angry my Apple overlords, but there is a difference in picture and sound quality.
He also
The cruel
references
whipmasters at Apple have requested that I do press briefings from home. It's like literally he's gone, I'm Tom Hanks. I can say all the things that nobody else can.
I mean, he can. He's
I
like,
survived COVID. I can survive Apple TV.
yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
He was bitching about them in the same interview, making him have a blank background for interviews as
Yeah.
well, wasn't he?
Ooh.
Yeah, there were his books on display.
No Tom Hardy for Hanks eating a carrot.
I love it though, because I mean, fair play. If I was Tom Hanks, because he wrote Greyhound, I believe.
Yeah,
like,
typewriter.
Yeah, so like he's like really, really creatively involved. It looks like a film you'd want to see on a big screen. I mean, the reviews have been middling, but I'm looking forward to it still.
But they are saying it does look really good.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, exactly. There you go. And it's so I love that he's just gone. I don't need to be nice about Apple. You've got all these people coming out and saying, oh yeah, HBO Max is definitely the right platform for our Melissa McCarthy and her husband Ben something. Falcone, thank you. Super intelligence. Yeah, HBO Max is the perfect platform for this. But fuck off. I'm absolutely fine with people celebrating these places for like giving people a shot. Scorsese with The Irishman, like Scorsese was very nice about it. He was like, they gave us the money to do this. And he was unhappy about the theatrical rollout of it, but he was like, they gave us the money, no one else would. Fair fucking play to them. And I'm sure he'll say the same about Apple for Flowers of the Killer Moon, because who the fuck is going to give them $200 million for that? But it's nice to have a bit of like honesty there. That Hanks is like, yeah, I'm disappointed this isn't getting a big screenplay. Good for him.
Yep. Absolutely.
To be fair, though, if it's a Ben Falcone movie, the perfect place is the Ark of the Covenant. Just hide that shit forever.
What, in his face?
just jamming DVD fucking copies of Tammy down Eddie Redmayne's face.
Good luck.
That's opens up like fucking Alec Baldwin in Beetlejuice. So talking of HBO Max, has everyone watched an American Pickle trailer?
I have.
Yeah.
I am well up for this.
It looks alright, actually.
I'm up for the fact that the 1800s one just keeps punching people. There's some smooth jazz going on there, Bex, as well.
Yeah.
Bit porny, that, isn't it?
It was a bit porny.
Right. Yeah. No, let's stop right there for just a second and explore this. Why did that just happen?
An advert played on my phone when I was scrolling something.
For what? Pornhub?
No, it's for Amazon Prime. It's an advert for Amazon.
Go on, put it back on. They've
got some new material.
It's gone. If it comes back up, I'll turn the volume up again. You can listen to some smooth jazz.
Ian, American Pickle.
It's cool that Becky's paying attention. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Wow. It wasn't too much you could say to that, really, was there? This is a very loosey-goosey recording. This is wowee. American Pickle. I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to, have a point to it rather than just the log line of man is encased in brine for 100 years and wakes up.
It's Captain America's story, but with pickle brine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But with pickle brine.
With pickle brine.
I think it's more apt.
Yeah. That probably seems closer.
Yeah. Andrew, you see the trailer for this?
I haven't. I was going to go in completely blind whenever I can.
We just spoiled that for you then, didn't we?
It could be good, but it looks like it could be fun. But not too zany.
He doesn't actually look that zany for a what's his face movie. That man with the beard there that smokes weed. What's it called?
Cedric Rogan.
No, Mark's listening to smooth.
I am not. I'm looking at the trailers and
Scrolling
accidentally hit a fuck on. So, the tax collector.
Oh, fucking hell. Right, yeah.
What?
All right. Oh, Andrew, get ready.
Okay.
David Ayer's new film.
Oh, fuck.
Damn fucking right it is.
Oh,
when anyone says, who needs a David Ayer LA set movie where Shia LaBeouf plays a mob debt collector? And the answer is always this fucking guy right fucking here.
I mean, that is
this guy.
That is so yeah.
It's the Venn diagram of David Ayer, Shia LaBeouf mob collector, and right in that middle bit, Mark Foster.
Yeah.
How would it recoup his budget?
On the set of every David Ayer movie, for just in case somebody says, right, so, but who's this for? He just gets out his phone and goes, this prick, that's who it's for.
Yeah, what would happen, right, if David Ayer made an erotic thriller starring Rosamund Pike? Would you?
He'd pass out.
What? We know it would be magnificent because it would make zero fucking sense at all.
You'd still be there first day though, wouldn't you?
I would be there first day trying to buy every fucking seat.
Oh my god, why do you want a private screening, you monster?
I think we all know why.
I'd do that proud.
You'd have to go to every single showing that day because you'd just be a bit tired for quite a lot of it, and you'd have to try and time your urges around it so that you eventually manage to watch the whole film.
Yeah. I've jerked off 7 times this movie today. What? I am 2 meters away. Prick.
But my ejaculate can fly further.
Yes.
Like, hurt.
What? It'd sting, yeah.
You reckon it'd sting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Anywho, any other trailers?
We haven't spoken about the tax collector. What do you think of the tax collector?
Oh, I said I think it looks very good.
Yeah.
And then you took over with your
What?
Tory sort of tribute to
It's
David
Shia
Ayer.
LaBeouf. David Ayer, he'll appreciate these things. It's the beef.
No, I think it looks really good, to be fair.
It looks like a David Ayer movie, which is always good.
People are very angry about it.
I do like David Ayer's responses to that though, which is basically fuck you.
Why are people angry about it? I think I've missed that.
Because people are going, why is Shia LaBeouf playing a Latino gang member? And it's like David Ayer's come out and said, no, he's not playing a Latino gang member. He's playing a white kid that's grown up around Latino gangs who just talks like them because that's what people do. He's basically me.
Yeah. And they've gone, well, that doesn't happen. And he's gone, yes, it does.
Yeah, but then loads of kind of people from that kind of
community
have come out and gone,
crime syndicate.
No, that's exactly what it's fucking like. We will absorb anybody.
Yeah, we will use anybody for our nefarious dealings.
No, not just like nefarious dealings. They will include anybody within their community.
Also, as well, somebody said to him, why haven't you made it with a Latino star? And he's like, I have. Bobby Santo is the star of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the trailer does say and Shia LaBeouf, doesn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what? It looks like a David Ayer movie. I look forward to the usual suspects all fucking hating it and me coming out with a beaming smile going, that was fucking great. I'm doing a big fucking DiCaprio walk.
Look, distancing, it'll probably be showing in another screen immediately after you come out, so you can probably just go back in and watch it.
I will just stroll straight across from one screen to the next.
Look, we'll the week that we review that, we'll double bill it with Sabotage. Like we need, I think we need to discuss Sabotage again.
Oh, you should see how excited he is, Ian. He's waving his little hands in the air and everything.
What a great fucking movie.
Let's just get it done.
Ian looks so sad.
Oh, I forgot you could see me.
He's just like holding his head like, oh, fuck it, right.
What have I done?
Fine.
He won't forget it either. Any of the trailers?
I think I'm good. I'm spent.
Should we get to should we Hamilton it?
Go for it, yeah.
So Hamilton is a recorded stage production.
But the Academy said it, so, don't at us.
Directed by Thomas Cale?
Ali?
Callie?
Kail. Kale?
Cale.
Oh, I like Kale.
Let's go with that one.
Yeah.
Thomas Cale.
K-A-I-L. Oh, it's K-A-I-L. I thought it was K-A-L-L-I. That makes way more sense. Okay,
Yep.
That's fine. I approve.
And written by, starring, and produced, and all of the bits by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
With music and lyrics by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
It is indeed, yeah. And he wrote a book as well of it, didn't he?
Yeah, get it right, Mark.
No, it just says it.
No, it's inspired by a
book.
Oh, like he's done like a novelisation of it.
He must have done, because at the end of it, what is it? It says book, lyrics, and music by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Term.
I didn't know that.
The book is the stage directions, various dialogue pieces.
Ah. I'm interested in that, but will never pursue reading it.
You don't really.
No. I mean, the book is literally in theatre. That's what book means. Not that he wrote a book.
I'm not theatrical.
I should know that. I went to stage school.
Yeah, you
Oh my God.
I didn't know that. He's such a disappointment.
Ian, meanwhile, has calmly changed his background to have a more fluffy-haired Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I approve.
That is a hair. It's an interesting.
It's an interesting haircut. So what's it about? It's about Alexander Hamilton, one of the founding fathers, and his life, essentially, from becoming from the Civil War, ranging right through to his death.
Independence,
as a musical.
Not Civil War.
It's the American Revolution.
Oh, it was American Revolution. It wasn't Civil War. Excuse me. Yeah, I was paying attention. Andrew.
Yes.
You're a fan, aren't you?
I'm a little bit of a fan.
Good.
I would say. Yeah. It's a wonderful piece of music. It's a gorgeous show. I was lucky to see it on stage. Alas, not without you. Yes.
Cool.
Although Lin-Manuel was in the audience.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you just watched the Disney Plus one?
Multiple times, yes.
How does it differ? Like, is it atmospherically, you get more out of it seeing it there, I'm assuming?
I found it much more emotionally engaging watching it at home because the way the camera could get close to the actors. You feel more engaged with their actual performances as opposed to the spectacle as it is.
Yeah,
and
we said this actually when we were talking about the trailer. It's great watching a recording of a stage production because you can get more in the action, can't you?
Yeah, and the best thing about this one is this is recorded like a year and a half into them performing these roles, all the actors.
Yeah.
And so when I got to see it, it was the opening night in London. Yeah, so they're just getting stretched in.
Fucking hell, Andrew! Look at you, Charlie Big Bananas.
I mean, yeah, I've been on board for this for ages, but this is them. These are people who are so deep into exploring the show and their roles in the show that it feels much deeper every performance, rather than just finding out and being excited to be on stage and singing these songs.
They're fully bedded in, aren't they?
They really are. So when Christopher Jackson's George Washington is singing mercilessly about the end of his life, you can't help but feel like in tears at his understanding of the end times, because he's been through this so much and it's deep resonance within his soul at that point. Or Leslie Odom Jr. screaming that he's going to wait for it. It's just there.
I think
thrown out to the stage, and it's glorious.
I think one of the things that absolutely backs that up is the fact that you can't tell the different cuts from it as well. So you can't. It does feel like it's all one night.
Or is it not?
No, it's from 3 separate ones.
It's 3 nights plus also a bunch of inserts, dance sequence shots without the audiences there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like that, but you can't. You absolutely can't tell that. I was quite shocked when I
tried.
But yeah, so there was that. Ian, what was your thoughts on it? Because how much did you know going in?
Yeah, so I mean, like, I'll be honest. I didn't know an awful lot about it, and I think that was more out of I just need people to stop talking about Hamilton for 5 minutes for a period of time. And it kind of reminded me of the Lego movie in that regard. The legacy of that film has been interesting. But well, I mean, fuck it. What? We got the Lego Batman movie, the Lego Ninjago movie.
No, from Hamilton. Whenever they say legacy, you go legacy.
Oh,
legacy.
Right.
I'm doing bits. No. I'm doing background bits.
You are doing bits. I'm sorry, Andrew. I'm not used to bits in this show.
You don't usually have comedy going on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. No, so I mean, I was looking forward to seeing this and frankly seeing what all the hype was about. And I look at the runtime, it's fucking hell, that's intimidating. I mean, it makes sense because it's a stage show, but blimey, Charlie. And I got 20 minutes in, and it was just like, this is fucking amazing. Fair enough. Yeah, this is really, really good. And I think there's Daveed Diggs has got such big Diggs energy at the start of the second act that when he disappears for a bit and it's a bit more subdued with Hamilton and like the affair he's having and stuff, I disconnected for a bit. And it's not to say that I didn't like Lin-Manuel Miranda. I mean, he's great. Singing voice not as good as those around him, but hey, he wrote the theme tune, sung the theme tune, so I mean, fair play to him. Yeah. But I can't say, like 6 out of 5 absolute banger. And I think that the film version of it, in a way, it's a shame that it is just what it is. Wow. No.
Yeah, that's such a veiled emptiness. We need to unpack what you mean here by what it is.
Because basically, when there is a film version of this, that is going to win every single Oscar it's nominated for, and 3 it's not.
I don't know, man. Look at Cats.
But
or Les Mis.
I mean, all right. So the thing is with Cats, as I
every time Hamilton and Cats.
As I chronicled it in my 3-part docuseries on the Patreon, that was a work that should not have existed, and it was hubris that made it exist. But I came to terms with Tom Hooper just wanting to do Cats because he fucking loved Cats. I've lost my point now. But no, I mean, it's when there is eventually a film version of this, it's going to win fucking everything, because that source material, if you've got a director who's got the vision to be able to turn it into what this is, and, have Lin-Manuel Miranda play the older Hamilton, have a younger actor play the younger one, it will work fine. I mean, Daveed Diggs will never age. That man looks like he's got the best genes in the world, so you don't have to worry about him. But this, I'm really, really, really glad that I can see what the fuss is about.
Yeah.
And that's about where I'm at with it. It's like, yeah, it's great. It would have been more interesting, I think, for me to speak about it if I didn't like it, in all honesty. But I did. I see exactly, Andrew, I see exactly what you're into it for. Now, Mark gave it 3.5 out of 5, which means burn him.
Wow.
What did you think, Bex?
Oh, shit.
I really liked it. It lost me a little bit at the start, and I was like, this is going to be a bit of a fucking slog. A lot of the earlier songs and beats are very repetitive, and I was a bit like, shit, if it's going to be like this all the way through, I don't know how much I'm going to get out of this, especially given the fact that, I wish I had kind of more knowledge of the American Revolution. I guess it's not a history I've ever kind of read up on or know much about, and founding fathers. It's not it's not our history over here, is it? So it's a bit like I could have educated myself on it, but I have never had to. So knowing more about it maybe would have helped, I guess. But I was thinking at the start it was going to be an active hindrance, not knowing more about it. I much preferred the second act. We kind of watched it with like a day's intermission, didn't we? We watched the first act and then a very small amount of the second act, and then watched the remainder of it. And I really preferred the second half of it.
Yeah.
Largely, I'm not going to lie, due to Jefferson.
Oh yeah, Jeffy Diggs comes bursting through in that second act.
He's fucking great in the second part of that. So yeah, and obviously, what's his face turning up every once in a while, Jonathan Groff. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Little song.
That was.
He's excellent comic relief in it. But yeah, I feel like once it got going a bit more, it wasn't really that much of an issue not knowing as much about sort of the actual source material rather than obviously the book. It's based on a biography, isn't it? So
Yes.
But yeah, actually, I really enjoyed it. I expected to enjoy it, though, to be fair, but I was stuff that's hyped that much very rarely lives up to the hype, and it doesn't quite live up to the hype. Hype is like, oh my God, go see Hamilton, your bank balance will be full, your skin will be clear, and your hair will be luscious and flowing, and it's not going to fucking change your life like that.
But your bank balance will not be full if you go.
No.
It's fascinating that you were saying that, so that your bank balance will be full, your skin, your hair will be glowing, and all I'm speaking is you'll be jerked off 3 times with no effort involved whatsoever, and it's like the priorities.
Jesus, Ian. You're just thinking of Diggs again.
Well, that is the point. Yeah, what did I miss? This, buddy. Let's go. You know.
But yeah, it doesn't quite live up to the absolute massive hype, but it is very, very good, and I will watch it again because I feel like there's probably bits I've missed.
Fair enough.
What? Just 'cause it's 3 hours and 48 days long.
Wow. It's 2 days long if you watch it like you do. That's one thing.
It is. I mean, it is very long, but I feel like once it gets going, it doesn't feel.
I think it's 2 hours and 23 minutes on the cast album. So, about 2 hours 30 with all the material.
No, the other film I watched was 3 hours 9. That's where I've got that from.
But you're watching Magnolia?
No. I will reveal all in the what we've been watching section.
Ooh, tease.
Not that exciting.
Oh.
It did make me cry. Go on.
Oh. What
do you think?
The Hamilton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very solid 3.5 out of 5.
Enough said.
And this is that rating. It's very, very good.
Just don't say anything more. Just leave it there.
Drop the mic.
Performances are all fantastic. It's clearly a bunch of incredibly talented people doing their jobs incredibly well and putting an awful lot into it.
It's a Michael Mann movie.
And it is, but that I would want to watch again. But also as well, I did at points during the songs go. I think part of it is because it's an interesting story, and I wanted to know what was going on with the story. And he kept telling me that he wasn't going to miss his shot, and I was thinking, okay, I know that's foreboding for the end of the movie because I know how you die, but could you just get on with it a little bit?
He's not going to miss his shot.
He's not going to miss his shot, no.
Hamilton.
He's not going to miss his shot.
Wait, you say
he's not going to miss his shot.
And he's not going to miss his shot.
No.
So I was getting a little bit like that going. I think part of it, I was enjoying the story, but in a musical, it's a different experience, I suppose.
Yeah, you've got to luxuriate in the journey of it.
That's it, and I think it's very different watching it as a member of the audience than it is watching it in this way.
But like I was saying before, you do potentially get more out of it by watching it on screen because you can get closer into expressions, and like you can see more of the movement, you can see more of this effort that's gone into the stage direction and stuff like that you can't necessarily catch all of when you're watching it.
Absolutely,
live.
absolutely. But I think that there's a certain element of, for instance, if you're part of the applause after the big numbers, then if you're part of that applause, it's very different to sitting here going,
All right, sure, now
all right,
stop clapping, get on.
Stop clapping.
Yeah.
There's a little
Are
bit
you
of
not clapping at home?
Huh?
Are you not clapping?
No.
How?
Have you basically lowered it half a star because people were clapping, Mark?
It's probably lost 0.25 of a star not because people were clapping, but because I get the feeling
people just didn't know when to stop clapping.
I get the feeling like everybody who sat there was trying to clap louder than the person that was next to them.
Because they're watching Hamilton and it's so good. They are compelled.
That prove how much they're enjoying it to everybody else.
I don't know that that's what it was.
I don't think you can criticise Lin-Manuel Miranda because people watching him like the smell of their own farts, Mark.
And to be fair, I think they cut out some applause because apparently every time Lin would come up on stage in that opening number, it would be like 10 minutes of standing ovation.
You see, that's just annoying.
Which, we don't have in Disney, thankfully. Or Sweats.
But yeah, the acting's all great in it. The singing for the large part is fantastic. I actually weirdly didn't think that. I know everyone doesn't agree with me on this, which is quite, fucking. I'm pretty much used to that now.
It's on brand.
It is on brand, yes. I didn't actually think Lin-Manuel Miranda was the weakest of things. I don't want to say worst because he's still very good.
Okay.
But I found what's his name, Leslie Odom Jr. I found his voice not great a lot of the time. I found it quite nasally and quite. He irked me a little bit at points. Every time Jonathan Groff came on, I thought, do you know what? You have perfectly encapsulated British monarchy of the time. Foppish dickheads.
Yeah.
I thought he was fantastic. I will never watch this again because I watched it and I got everything I needed out of it and I don't need to watch it again.
I see. I will watch it again.
That's cool.
To see if I've missed it, like bits and things that are going to make it better. But I find Lin-Manuel Miranda very unpleasant.
That's what it is.
Wow.
I think.
Hold up, what do you do?
Have you seen me in interviews or anything?
Oh no. In interviews and stuff, he seems fine, but in the performance in this,
Don't be up or out there, Bex. He seems fine.
I mean, he seems fine. I don't tend to watch that many Lin-Manuel Miranda interviews. Isn't he in like Brooklyn Nine-Nine at some point as well?
Yes.
Did he play her brother or something?
Yeah.
And you know what? He's fine in that, but he's got a real sort of, I don't know, an air to him that I just find unpleasant.
He really wants people to like him.
He's a theatre kid who just wants love.
He's really good as well.
But he is really quite good.
Well, he
really is.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Heights, which you would have seen this year.
I quite like his patter of the way he does things in terms of that. And I think I like the fact that because the whole Hamilton's coming out now, it's received a little bit of sort of criticism about the telling of the stories and everything like that. And I thought his response was really quite measured and quite good to it.
What was it? Fuck off.
He basically said, "Oh yeah, it's all perfectly valid." He said, "But I had all of this information to bring in, and I had to pare it down to like 2.5 hours. So yeah, I've had to leave stuff out, and maybe I didn't quite do stuff in a way that I would have done them now. But it took me 6 years to write this, and it's been out for 5 years. So." Yeah, do I look back on it differently? Yeah, I do. And, any criticism I will take on as being valid. But I'm still very, very proud of what we did. And I thought, you know what? Well done. You've not tried to attack out it. You've understood it. But you've said and you've tried to explain it. And he always comes across as a really quite level-headed and quite intelligent, but a nice guy as well.
I'd just like to clarify, I specifically meant his character in this. The way that his character is portrayed in this, I find unpleasant.
Oh yeah, I think it's supposed to be quite unpleasant.
Yeah.
But
I don't like whenever he's not on stage, it's better because his character.
Yeah, I mean, he basically says that he fucks a woman that isn't his wife because he was tired.
I mean, that's just crazy. Just
I mean,
a fucking knackers
I will say that the whole affair fucking subplot that happens in it, I was a bit like, it's not a flex, this, isn't it? It's an odd way. It's pertinent to the rest of the story, but they spend an awfully long time on it.
Well, they spend, one song about it, and then one song dealing with the ramifications of it. Well, 2 songs, because Burn. And that's about it.
It felt like a lot.
I mean, and that's the thing. When I say
it's because of the Sun subplot is just one song, really. I think it feels like a lot.
And I mean, it's when I say the second act, I kind of dropped out a bit. It was around that section, it's like
it does. I think maybe that it starts to let a bit of the air out of the fucking balloon a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, I get that it's important to the plot, but it's basically he had sex with another woman and paid her husband to keep it quiet.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think, and also the song itself.
Say no to this.
Sorry?
The song Say No to This. Whatever you're going to say, it's going to be wrong unless it's one of the greatest songs in the musical. So.
Well, I think it's an interesting man tries to justify fucking another woman song.
Yeah.
Which is a bit problematic.
What were people's highlight song-wise?
What did I miss?
Is it Burn that Eliza sings was absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
The way it's framed.
Which on stage did not feel quite as emotional.
No, but I think like what you were saying about these are actors that are really bedded into their roles, like the pain on her face, it made it more impacting. Like she really fucking looks like she's feeling that.
Andrew, what are your highlight songs?
My highlight songs always Wait For It and Hurricane, which I think are the most outlying of the bunch. They don't have their foot in the door of many of the other songs, and they're just gorgeous and character based.
I like the staging of Hurricane as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very literal, but the eye of the hurricane and everybody just kind of like stand to... like, yeah, but like with the circular stage, I thought that was. I mean, it's obvious, but it was really cool.
No, it's the exact way you would have to do it. It's perfect in that sense.
Yeah. That's true. Anything with Jefferson.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I also like Washington's song. One last time, is it?
One last time.
Cool.
So beautiful. Have you learnt the words yet, everybody?
No, I've only had one watch. I've got to rewatch it yet.
Okay. We'll get around to it. We'll do a sing-along eventually. Disney will release it.
That sounds amazing.
Disney will release a sing-along, yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll have the F words in that time.
Yeah. Is there any in
There
this?
are 2. But they're not in this version, no.
No, but I thought they were allowed to leave one in.
No, they were, but what they meant is when they say, you made the wrong sucker cuckold in Say No to This. It's like, that was my wife who decided to fuck.
And
they call that the F word. They do,
Oh.
yeah. I know, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Because there's that one where, like, literally the soundtrack just goes a bit backward while it's saying it or something.
There is one which is, Hercules Mulligan, you knock me down, I get the fuck back up again, and it's get the and sudden mother
yeah,
which is atrociously edited.
Yeah.
You can't have a motherfucker in Disney.
2 out of 5.
Yeah, drop it down.
I quite liked What Did I Miss, or What Did I Miss as well. That was good because it was the introduction to Jefferson, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The energy just kind of lifted straight away.
Just dances right in the room.
Yeah.
Where it happens.
I think, to be fair, there wasn't many songs that I didn't like, apart from that My Shot thing that just kept repeating itself.
You don't like My Shot?
No, I didn't hate it until they repeated it over and over and over all through the first act.
Because it's so, important to the entire point of the character, constantly moving and changing, because he's just non-stop.
Yeah,
Even though...
Sorry, go on. I was just going to say, I do get that, and I appreciate that. It's just, on a personal level, it just got really irritating hearing it.
It's a bit like the first hour of Into the Woods.
Where that line about like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry. All I could think of every time was young, dumb, and full of cum.
Also a good lyric.
Stop minding.
Point Break musical. Let's get it going.
I mean, yeah, no, absolutely.
There was actually talk of doing a Point Break musical at one point, actually.
Fuck off.
About 7 or 8 years ago, yeah.
You'd watch that one.
I would watch the shit out of that.
Boosie in it.
Boosie would be in it.
Yeah.
The Boots.
Boots.
Yeah. For the first week when Becky got her new car, I claimed naming rights. Said she could have one, but I would get naming rights.
No, it was for the week beforehand.
And for the week beforehand, I told Becky that I was calling him Gary Busey, that he'd have to refer to as either fully Gary Busey or the Buse.
And not Jake Busey's father.
Jake Busey's a weird one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Trying to think of lyrics to the Point Break musical now.
My favourite song was You'll Be Back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just because it was fun.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, it is the only one I'll listen to.
The only one I'll listen to.
Yep.
Wow.
It's good for karaoke as well, that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody.
So I'm guessing everybody's definitely not shit on this one then.
Yeah.
Definitely not shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely not shit, but I am very, very glad other people really, really like it. I'm
It's just not for you.
It's not for me. I'm impressed that it came out on Friday and on Disney Plus, and people have already managed to watch it multiple times.
Yeah.
One of the girls in my work watched it 3 times this weekend. She'd never seen it before, and she loved it so much she watched it twice more.
Smart.
I mean, fair play to her.
Cool. I mean, I feel sorry for her existence, but fair enough.
That's such a bitch.
It's very, 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 very good. It's just not for me, no.
If David Ayer does the movie version.
If David Ayer did the fucking movie, I would love that.
The F words are back in that one.
Press officer for that. Imagine the fucking fume. Hamilton movie, director announced, David Ayer.
The only one that people would be more angry about would be that hangover chap, wouldn't it?
Todd Phillips,
Yeah.
who's doing the whole movie with Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, that's news, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently Hemsworth's come out and said that he's getting more stacked for Hulk Hogan than he ever has for Thor.
Yep. Oh, fucking hell.
I don't remember Hulk Hogan being exactly the peak of physical fitness.
He was
It's entirely based
What?
around.
So it's like,
no, but Stallone literally says that the greatest athlete he ever worked with in terms of physique was Hulk Hogan.
fair enough. Maybe I just watched the wrong matches. I didn't watch an awful lot of wrestling. I was a horse girl.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Big Tory.
I'm not a big Tory. Shut up. I grew up a big Tory. It's different.
Right, so that's Hamilton. Oh, our audience poll. We did have an audience poll. I mean, do I need to fucking look at it because everyone's going to say it's looking great?
There might be some like.
They don't actually. I noticed earlier.
Yeah. Definitely not shit. 70%. Touching clock 0%. Shit 20%.
Could that just be Dan though?
It could be damn that.
Yeah.
And Geostorm 10%.
Someone
Gives-
said this is Geostorm level.
No, yeah, I know, Andrew. I'm baffled by that as well. Hamilton is so bad it's good.
I'm laughing at it ironically. What?
I actually like more musicals than I ever kind of. I'm always like, oh, I'm not really that keen on musicals. But then I go through a list and I'm like, yeah, I kind of like all of them.
Yeah.
I just don't like the fucking Sound of Music or Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins is fucking great.
Mary Poppins is good.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the Sound of Music, no. I'm a fan of the fact that all the prisoners are a fan of the Sound of Music in The Postman.
Yeah.
That's true. They fucking love the Sound of Music.
Fucking love the Sound of Music.
I hate
Universal
Soldier.
What's happening with the West Side Story adaptation?
It comes out in December.
TV shot.
If Christopher Plummer's available to replace Anson Elgort.
Yeah,
Oh.
fucking right.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Oh, well, moving fucking swiftly on.
Are you a craft beer junkie? Do you eagerly anticipate the freshest IPA release from your local craft brewer?
Do you check in every beer you've ever had on Untapped?
Do you know the difference between a Belgian triple and a Berliner Weisse?
Then do we have a podcast for you. What's Untapped podcast gives you beer reviews, interviews with brewers, behind-the-scenes access to beer festivals, games, and more. Whether you're a craft beer junkie or new to the world of craft brewing, What's on Tap podcast is something for you.
Check us out online, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and now wearepodsyndicate.com. And as always, keep drinking, you dum-dums.
Have you ever wondered what so-called family films will scar your kids forever?
Putting 4 and 5-year-olds in front of this movie, it's like, if they didn't know what death was before this, they're going to know it after it.
They're going to know it after it, and they're going to be freaking terrified.
And they're going to be questioning you.
Yeah.
Or do you have the slight suspicion that your loved one has a cold, dead heart?
Yeah, the Dark Knight has got like all the orphans and like, oh no, we're going to die. They did not build up those orphans at all. In my head, it's like, kill them.
Then look no further. The His Film Her Movie podcast is the show for you. It's the movie podcast that celebrates the contrasting cinematic tastes of its hosts. So join Jordan and Lauren every week on their unique journey through the land of the silver screen. So if you're looking for a few laughs, some fun film related chat, then get involved. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Andrew, what have you been watching this week?
I have. Okay, fine. I won't talk about Hamilton again for another half hour. I've been going through I've got a poster, a scratch-off poster of 100 films you're meant to watch.
Oh yeah.
Which weirdly have things like Haichi, A Dog's Tale, and 3 Idiots. It's like, what the fuck? So we watched Gladiator yesterday, which I haven't seen since I was maybe 15.
I've not seen that since just after release.
It's not very good.
How did it stand up? Yeah.
It's really quite boring, you know.
Yeah.
What I often hear from people when they've rewatched Gladiator is them say, it's a bit crap actually, isn't it?
It's like 3 Gladiator scenes in 3 hours.
Oh, but there's so much intrigue, Andrew. There's so much intrigue.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, is Oliver Reed drunk in this scene? Is this one where it was a stand-in? Because
Is
he's
he
dead
dead
already?
in this scene?
Exactly. And is Jaimon Hounsou shot correctly? No. They can't light him properly.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Off of what?
Been drunk.
Oh.
Yes. Don't go back to Gladiator. Just imagine it was a film that of its time and think, yeah, Ridley Scott's moved on to other films like Exodus.
I liked Exodus.
Nothing fucking wrong with Exodus, Andrew.
There is plenty wrong with Exodus. The fact that that's the one that's dedicated to Tony Scott is, sinful.
No, you shut your whore mouth.
I liked Gladiator at the time. I think I was in my
No.
Russell Crowe phase.
You were never a fan of Gladiator,
No.
If you want a Russell Crowe Ridley Scott film that's really good, though, of course, Robin Hood. Robin Hood slaps.
Say good year for a second, then.
Oh, I'm not that insane.
I've never seen a good year.
It's not.
Stop sending me photos of cats, Becky. What the fuck's this?
Oh, I didn't mean to send that to you.
What's this cunt?
Oh,
Oh, look at that little twat. Yeah, all right.
he's lovely.
Oh, he's going to grow up to be an evil little bastard. He's going to murder your husband.
Probably. Yeah.
What a twist.
It's not a twist, it's a cat, Andrew.
What else are you
Maybe he'll
watching,
run
Andrew?
between his legs and knock him over, and then he'll hit his head, and then he'll do what cats do when people are dead and eat them.
Face first.
I think if I slept for too long, he'd eat me.
I think he would. He was beating the shit out of you last night.
Yeah, it was.
It's because you're his bitch.
Thanks for that.
How lovely.
Andrew, what else did you what else did you scratch off and watch?
I'm trying to think what else was the other one. It was another one that was really nothing. God, what was it? I think it was a 4K as well.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, it was a 4K?
Yeah, because I've got a bunch of the 4Ks to get through.
Yeah, no, well, I never get to talk about 4K with these fuckers.
Oh shit,
so,
sorry. Well, let's
what
get
was
into 4K then.
Yeah, go on.
What was it? Fuck! I can't even think of what it was.
It blew your mind that much with its picture quality.
If something's so undeniably empty, but not in a cool way.
Mike and Dave need wedding dates?
Oh shit! You know what it was? It was Leon the Professional.
I've
Fuck off. Hang on.
Was it the director's cut or was it the original cut?
It was the 2-hour, 12-minute version. So it felt like it was long.
Because the director's cut's crap.
It had way too much nothingness in between, any kind of decent action.
That's the director's cut you've watched.
And too much romance.
Yeah.
Too many scenes.
The director's cut loses all of the impact of the actual movie. It's like an extra half an hour, but it's just, you watch it and go, oh, this isn't anywhere near as good.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah,
it looks stunning.
It sucks all the energy out of the movie and makes it really weird and seedy.
Yes.
Then you remember it's a Luke Besson movie and go, oh.
Which is a shame because I remember it being real fun.
Yeah, the theatrical cut it still is, but the director's cut, is
yes,
not.
This was the director's cut because it was 20 minutes longer. Jesus Christ, what a disappointment.
Yeah, never watched that cut.
No, but the 4K, stunning, gorgeous. Looks like it was filmed recently.
Ian, what have you been watching?
I love 4K, and it pains me so that you fuckers don't.
We will do soon.
God, I hope so. This is going to be a short show. We're really racing through.
All right, we'll do another half hour on Hamilton.
Can I just out there for a second, Ian?
Sorry?
I said to Mark the other day after we'd been talking, oh, this is the TV that Ian recommends. Do you want it? And he went, oh, that's a very sudden question. I'm going to have to think about this for a while. Oh, I don't know. So that's where we're at. So I've tried.
No, I
tried to be nice, despite the fact that I don't want it. I tried to be nice.
I am very bad at spending more than like 50 quid on something.
Mark, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Right. So, just for context, a couple of weeks back, Becky WhatsApped me out of the blue saying, "What TV would you recommend?" And my first thing was all caps. Don't tease me. And, she was like, "No, I'm serious." And I spent a good chunk of time looking at things, taking her thoughts into account and whatnot. It was like, this is the one. It was the Mulholland Drive. This is the girl, or this is the one. And I didn't hear anything. It was like, maybe she's going to surprise him and just one day it's going to be, I've got a 4K TV. So to hear this is one of the most crushing blows of my podcasting career, Mark, that you just took that recommendation and said, I don't know, it's expensive. Now,
no,
the thing
it's not, I don't know, it's expensive. It is just literally whenever I really struggle at spending more than 50 quid on anything. I get it hits me with a deep anxiety.
Now, the thing is, think about the amount of joy that you are going to get from this TV. And how much is it currently, Becky?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember how much it was. Was it like $6.50 or something?
No, it was less than that. It was less.
He kept sending me really expensive ones, and I was like, Mark said this would be about 300 quid, Ian.
Yeah, and then I went back to the drawing board, and it was like, right, and I picked a model that's got Dolby Vision. It's got the stereo version of Dolby Atmos, You
were very excited about finding it. I do remember.
I was very excited about finding it.
I think you put this one in all caps.
549.
There it is.
549. And that's from Curry's, isn't it?
That's from
Argos.co.uk.
What size are we talking?
What size are we talking? That's a very good question.
Yeah.
49 inch.
Okay, yeah, I've got one right in front of me. It's gorgeous looking. It's big enough.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying here is, don't be blaming me because it's not my fault anymore.
You're just handing over the information.
Yeah.
No, I mean, this is the thing, Bex. You have absolved yourself. You are out, and I.
Swearing at me now.
Ian subtly changes the picture to prepare for his new lecture about technology.
And this is the thing. Like my friend Steve here.
The thing is, when I get it, I have to get a 4K Apple TV as well, because obviously our Apple TV isn't 4K.
No, I mean this is you see, this is a discussion to be had as well. And Andrew, I do want your thoughts here, right?
Of course.
Okay, let's go. So, Apple TV 4K versus physical 4K.
Apple TV 4K, it gets you a lot of the films that aren't available physically, which is the really, really good thing if you want to get, at the moment, Heat for £4 in 4K. The only way you can watch it through that. But of course, physical 4K does look better if you've got a system and the internet's not so good. But if the internet's fine, gorgeous. You can watch Spies in Disguise and see all the particles flying, and it's fantastic. How can you deny that?
You see, the thing is, if I bought, let's say I bought a 4K TV and I bought a 4K player as well.
Sure.
I would then straight away also have to go out and buy a load of 4K discs as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Whereas if I bought a 4K TV, an Apple 4K, I literally instantly have access to 50-odd movies.
Now, for the last 5 months, for some reason, Amazon have had XXX, The Return of Xander Cage in 4K for less than £4. Boom, done. You're settled for life. Tony Jar, Tony Collette.
They have. I mean, like, for some reason, Everest was $3.99 on 4K for a bit.
It was. I missed that.
Mental.
So
Slaps.
Everest does slap. And so this is the thing, Mark. I'm not saying that you have to go full on in straight away. I mean, like, to be fair, A Star Is Born, the Encore edition, is only available in 4K on iTunes.
And I already own it.
Exactly. So you get the Encore edition in 4K. You get that free upgrade. Now, I have got Star Is Born on both physical 4K and iTunes because I'm the best. And I get to watch it in whatever variety I want to see it. So be more like me. But you get the Apple TV 4K. Instantly, you've got that library, like you said. And then at a later date, if it's like, I could go with physical 4K. That's absolutely fine.
Well, the PlayStation 5 is going to be physical 4K, isn't it?
Yes.
And we'll be buying that on day of release, so.
Apparently.
Okay.
I fucking will, so.
All right.
Here we go. So that opens you up. So this is the thing. I think I've said it before on the podcast. One of the things that very much annoys me about the digital version of Nolan films on 4K is the lack. Yes, Andrew, the lack of expanded IMAX ratio.
Absolutely.
It fucking annoys the shit out of me. So, if you've got the Apple TV 4K, if you've got the physical 4K player, which I have in the form of the Xbox One, bought it for Lottie, that's brilliant. It's a 4K player, that's brilliant. Then you've got the best of both worlds here, Mark. So you don't need to go out and buy a 4K player straight away. What you need to do is spend about £700 on a TV and an Apple TV 4K. That's what you need to do. You need to do it, and then your life will be an awful lot better.
And the best thing about that is on Apple TV, of course, you've got your Disney Plus app, almost all of the films, the most recent films, all in 4K. So you can just watch all the Star Wars in 4K, all the Marvels in 4K, Hamilton in 4K. Netflix has a whole variety. Prime even has a bunch of films available in 4K. How can you say no to 7,500 in 4K?
Mark, Rambo: Last Blood is in 4K on Amazon Prime.
But it's also in 4K, but it's the director's cut on iTunes.
Of what?
Is it?
They've added the extended cut onto the iTunes one now.
Interesting. I'll have to go back and see if there's anything good in that one.
There is. There's the entire movie.
Oh, that'd be a nice change of pace.
So yeah, Ian, what have you watched?
And I just need to say as well, I've said this to Becky already, HDR will make PlayStation games look better if it's compatible.
Will it make them look like cheap BBC productions as well?
The thing is, I will help you set up the TV. I will turn True Motion off. True Motion is the devil, and it must be burned.
It's great for sports.
It is great for sports. It's real life content. Fuck yeah, absolutely. For the films, you can turn it off easily. It pains me pains me that you guys did not ask for my help to turn off that fucking True Motion in the cabin TV.
I think we were drunk.
We were drunk.
It just pain.
Oh, and also that brings up a big thing about physical media again, just to annoy you.
Go, please.
Don't forget that with physical versions of Billy Lynn's Long Half-Time Walk and Gemini Man, the two films we all watch over and over again, you will get the 60 frames per second versions.
I mean, this is an excellent point as well. And I mean, to be fair, I showed Lottie a bit of Gemini Man in 60 frames per second, and she said, "Is this a video game?"
Was it Benedict Wong drinking a bit of whiskey with a toucan? Because that's the best video game I've ever played.
Yeah, I mean, press X to
have a sip.
Yeah, straight up. No, it was him on the motorbike. And Donna was like, "This looks like shit." But the thing is, Mark, if you buy it, you can also see it look like shit. You can see things look brilliant. You can things look like shit. You've got
people trying to act who aren't very good at performing in moments that are live.
It's an interesting combination of words.
Now, if you're watching, this is more to Billy Lynn's Long Half-Time Walk. If you watch Steve Martin perform in that film, he's really to the hills because he's not used to performing live on stage dramatically.
Okay,
really
I need to watch Billy Lynn 60 frames per second.
Yes.
So this is the thing, guys. This will make your life better. It makes life better.
It makes life mean something in a year when nothing means anything anymore.
And I mean that's also an excellent point, Andrew. And it needs to happen, and it just get it done. Just fucking
do it.
Would you have a day off tomorrow, Becky?
Just take the shit. Just let it flow. And you're going to feel so much better. At the moment, you two are constipated. I am the laxative.
I don't think I like that imagery.
I fucking love it. Right. So, moving on. What have I been watching this week? Do you know what I watched in 4K on iTunes?
What?
Escape from motherfucking New York.
Nice.
Now,
which is just Lockout for people who are a bit intellectually challenged.
Fucking... I mean, Lockout. I like Lockout.
Because it's amazing.
Lockout's great.
And everyone watches it all the time.
You don't own a copy of Escape from New York.
I own a copy of both on Blu-ray. I watch one more than the other.
I mean, the thing is, right? Lockout doesn't have Donald Pleasance escaping a plane in an egg.
Yeah, but Guy Pearce is just a god.
Yeah, but
Lockout
doesn't have Isaac Hayes
Ooh.
patrolling the streets in a car with a chandelier on the front.
Okay, but Peter Stormare, PlayStation 1 level graphics.
But Lockout does not have A number one! You're A number one! At the end.
I like that we got the visual element of this as well. I mean, this is not just for Patreon. This is just for us getting to experience you just flat out performing the film.
The thing is, I don't think patrons would like if an exclusive video feed was just me
and Michael Fassbender's
Skype images. I don't know if patrons would like that at me. I'll try and see what I can do.
I'll just go on Twitter right now then.
Yeah. Well, quite. Yeah. By the way, Andrew, just to confirm, by consenting to be on this show, you are not getting a refund of the patron money for the thing you're paying for but are taking part in. We thank you for your patronage. You get this exclusive imagery of me.
I'll take it.
But Escape from New York is brilliant. It's lean. Kurt Russell kind of feels like he's going to burst out laughing after most of his lines for just I'm so cool. I am so cool. This is brilliant. Look how cool I am, and I love it. I I mean, Donald Pleasance, brilliant. Ernest Borgnine, great. Harry Dean Stanton, he's the brain, brilliant. I love how at the end they're all racing across that bridge and just fucking pretty much everybody else dies. And it's like, yeah, because that would happen. It's just like these people don't look too. Harry Dean Stanton running across a bridge, yeah, he's going to die at some point because he's Harry Dean Stanton running across a bridge. I'm a fan. What I'm not a fan of is a film that I watched with Lottie, which Lottie really liked, on Disney Plus. So we had a movie night. She picked the film.
Oh, that's
the film,
nice.
Yeah. I want to try and show her like the classics and whatnot, and
educate her.
Yeah.
Be a good father.
Yeah, to be honest, all she does all day is play Minecraft and shout at her friends, and it's like, I just want a couple of hours where I can show her some stuff that I really like. Yeah. So we watched Super Buddies.
Why? That's the sort of thing I usually say on this.
No, I mean, in fairness, I didn't pick it. Like, she was just like... And the thing is, bless her, last week she was like, Daddy, there's a film on Netflix that I want to watch, and it's about super dogs. And I was like, okay, do you know what it's called, babe? And she was like, Super Dogs? So I look up Super Dogs on Netflix. Nah, nothing there. And then finally, it turns out it was on Disney Plus, and it was called Super Buddies. But bless her. And I mean, apparently it's based on characters like from Air Bud.
Yeah, and Super Buddies are like the children of the Air Bud dog. Right.
Okay, so the Air Bud dog fucks.
Well, I mean, after all the sports he's played, he's an alpha male.
That's true, actually.
So, he and this other dog, have a lot of children, and those buddies go off to have adventures with Santa.
Because I think there is Santa buddies, you're right.
There certainly is at least two.
Yeah, no, that's so right. And John Ratzenberger's in it.
Oh boy.
And I just felt really sorry for him. And the lead kid kind of slightly feels like he want to make a wish thing.
Wow.
He's a big boy, and that's brilliant. They have brilliant diversity for girth. And not a particularly great little actor.
But if he was a girl, they'd have made him lose 50 odd stone.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I think this boy was, it was a make-a-wish thing, because it was just like, you're going to be really fat when you're older, so we may as well kill you now and just help the health service.
They put him to a young baby Burt Reynolds and see if they could become a comic pair.
Yeah, well, no, no, that's true, actually. John Michael Higgins voices the lead bad guy.
At least he's getting work.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's getting work. Brilliant. Super Buddies. I'll talk about Space Buddies next week, so that's the next one we're watching.
Oh, you're going to do the series?
I don't... Yeah.
But weirdly, you're not even starting with Air Bud. You're diving halfway through.
Look, I just do what Lottie tells me.
You're at the command of your daughter's thumb.
It's directed by the guy who directed MVP Most Valuable Primate.
Now, this is the thing, right? MVP Most Valuable Primate, I don't believe it's a Disney movie. Now, if I could get her to... The thing is, but Mark, I don't want to watch my child... I don't want to... No, I don't want to... Oh, fucking hell. Wow.
Child. I just started my Most Valuable Primate on Prime by accident there.
I don't want my child to watch me masturbate. So I will never watch Most Valuable Primate in front of her.
Then how about one that mixes the two? Because I saw one on Netflix which was a young girl and a primate who happens to be a spy called Spymate.
It just far too erotic, Andrew. Why would you even...
Too much? Sorry.
Jesus fucking Christ,
man.
What's
just stick with pigeons who are spies then, I guess, is the...
Spies in Disguise is a banger.
Yeah.
That film's good. That film is good, Andrew. And I don't know whether I'm pretty sure you're being genuine about your affection for it.
I was ironic until I saw it in the cinema. It was like a Mordecai situation. Where I was like, oh, this can't be good, but it's funny that that's the title when there's spies in the skies and spies in the skies. And I watched it. Oh shit, this is great.
I love that your love for Mordecai still burns today. I saw a Twitter thread where someone was referencing the fact you love Mordecai. Fair play.
It's just non-stop.
Right, Super Buddies. Last one I watched was the one that we talked about because, I watched Batman Begins as well, but patreon.com/filmbastards. Enjoy that train wreck of a commentary.
It's a challenge.
Yes.
Also, by the way, Cillian Murphy's lips are gorgeous. They're not creepy.
They are wet and horrible.
In the best way. Put them around me.
Jesus Christ. Now, the Dark Knight commentary, just to say, Mark and I are going to make sure we're watching versions that run at the same fucking frame rate. Have Mark and Becky gone?
No, it's still here.
Oh, no, okay, bless. It just, okay, that's fine. So, the last one for this week then. Jupiter Ascending. Right. So, we talked a little bit about this in the Patreon, but I was like, we need to talk about it in here. Now, this came after Cloud Atlas,
yes.
Where, it was like, right, so your last film lost how much? Several tens of millions of dollars. Okay, what's this film about? Mila Kunis plays a toilet cleaner who discovers she's the queen of Earth. Sean Bean is a bee, and Channing Tatum is a wolf who's got wings that Mila Kunis finds kinky, while Eddie Redmayne basically fronts a pharmaceutical corporation which wants to use the bodies of people from Earth that they harvest to make young juice for aliens. Okay, and how much will this cost? $150 million? And your last film lost how much? Tens of millions of dollars. I don't see why not. Here's a check.
You're being kind of facetious there, but don't forget that Fox also made a film about a kind of pharmaceutical style or healthcare style group of people who found uses for humans to give other people extraneous extended life forms.
Well, I don't know what Big Mama's House 3's got to do with this.
Wow, that's Big Mama's like father, like son. Thank you very much. There's no house.
Oh, it is just Big Mama's like father, like son, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, you got me.
Sorry.
I mean, the thing is, there are bits in it that I quite like. But how? It's like the producer was cryogenically frozen a month after The Matrix came out, was thawed out, and then was told the makers of The Matrix want to do their next film with us. Oh, fucking brilliant.
Well, snap those young go-getters up.
Yeah, no, straight up. What do you mean one of them's a woman now? I mean, it's... at that point, it was one of them. Now, yeah. now it's both. Just to be clear. It's watchable, but as the film goes on, it's just, this is fucking mental, and it's only getting more mental. There's a bit of the plot about halfway through where Douglas Booth is trying to marry Mila Kunis so that he can immediately kill her so that he can then inherit the Earth. And it's just, I don't need this. Eddie Redmayne's supposed to be the main bad guy. Let Eddie Redmayne be the bad guy. But instead, he's barely in it until the final third of the film. And then his entire performance is, "You're not my mother. I remember my mother. I remember what my mother said to me before she died. She told me how awful her life was." And it just, you're not very threatening, Eddie Redmayne. I mean, your face is a black hole and it's terrifying, but your face is not the threat of this film. I mean, Eddie Redmayne dies by falling off a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he has those weird, huge creature things.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the big old dragony dude that Channing Tatum has a fight with at one point. There's a whole
translucent window weird stuff.
Yeah,
on two different levels, which looks great in 3D.
No, I mean, I bet it does. And no, fair play. I bet this film is a banger in 3D. But there's this fucking bizarre, like, 5-minute bit where they're getting lost in bureaucracy, where she's trying to, like, claim her like right to the throne, where this robot with like a slightly cut off human face is trying to like help her with it. And there's one bit where he's interacting with another robot, and it's like Mugatu in Zoolander doing those weird fucking like moments with his assistant where he's just kind of like looking at him going and like kind of growling at him. But you've got that in Jupiter Ascending. Oh, and then there's Terry Gilliam.
Of course, because you're doing a Brazil thing, so you're just going to go straight up at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, for your Warner Brothers Studio 4-quadrant output.
No, exactly. And then, as Andrew said in the Patreon, there is a subplot about Mila Kunis's cousin trying to make money selling her eggs. But it is baffling. And the thing is, I admire people being able to make films like this, but at the same time, it just feels fiscally irresponsible. Like, all I'm thinking is, fucking hell, what a waste of money this was. No, and it's not like it's had some sort of tail in the zeitgeist. You know, no one talks about Jupiter Ascending, and all I'm thinking is how, like, there is a group of Italian farmers who have trusted their pension fund to an investment management company who have put a bit of money into Jupiter Ascending, and now those farmers have lost their pension because of the Wachowskis.
Well, you know, it took a while for speed racing to come into more of a zeitgeist as it has in the last 5 years, maybe 3 years. So we've probably got another, 8 years until Jupiter Ascending becomes this cult phenomenon that people for some reason now like.
I don't
God
think
forbid.
it will happen, though. I bet if you asked Channing Tatum about it, he'd be like, what are you talking about? I don't think he remembers it. I don't think anyone. Michael Giacchino, you probably play him the score to this, and he'll go, sounds a bit like me, that does. Who the fuck's that?
Was Dermot Mulroney on the cello for this one?
Really?
He's done cello for a couple of Giacchino scores.
That's fucking mental.
Which is
That's
insane. Cool. I know there's Rogue One is one of them, and Mission Impossible, I think, Ghost Protocol.
Hang on, is Dermot Mulroney in the credits for Rogue One as a cellist?
He may be. I'm not sure if they list everyone. It probably is, to be honest. They do list all the orchestra, right?
That'd be cool. And I just feel sorry for the Italian farmers.
Ian Dermot Mulroney, Rogue One musician, celloist, soloist, Star Trek Into Darkness cello, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol cello, Dante's Inferno cello, Mission Impossible 3 cello.
Oh.
Yeah, he does.
He's done the franchise.
That's fucking incredible.
Bring him back for 7 and 8. Have a scene where he's playing the cello on screen.
That would do. No, yeah. I mean, I don't want Giacchino back from the Mission Impossible scores. The man's a hack who keeps on recycling his own work. He is, though, to be fair. There's a cue in Jupiter Ascending. It plays when the credit blocks ended in the credits and then the scroll starts. Sounds exactly like a bit in the first Abraham Star Trek. It's like bum 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 bum. It's the same fucking bit of music. Well,
to be fair, when I was watching Gladiator, there was a couple of bits of score which sounded a lot like it was going to come Batman at some point. So Zimmer's going over the same things over those 5 years.
I don't remember Gladiator having like
No, like the dun 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 dun. That's James Newton Howard's part of it. Yeah, they worked together on the second one.
Yeah, but James Newton Howard did the more kind of emotional stuff, and Hans Zimmer did the stuff that sounded like he was just smashing a bunch of stuff from his kitchen about.
I don't know. I think that was James Newton Howard throwing a blender at Hans Zimmer.
At Hans.
Yeah.
I'm done. Jupiter Ascending. It lost Italian farmers money.
Bex.
Now, hold on a second. Did they invest into Sense8 at some point and hope that Pornhub will take up the final run?
Oh, they made all their money back on the Sense8.
Oh, okay, cool. Netflix buy up.
Yes.
Cool. So.
Okay, so I watched a couple of films on my own. I watched Hellraiser with Isabel because I am a very responsible mother. So yeah, she quite liked it actually. She said at one point, "Do you know what I really like about this film, Mum?" And I was like, "What's that, Isabel?" And she went, "I really like the practical effects that they're using instead of just using CGI." I was like, "We phrased you well."
Nice.
She really dug the rubbery gore. She fucking loves that shit. So she was very appreciative of that. She thought the story was a little confusing. So what, that one man just played with that puzzle box and then like he got sucked away to like what, hell?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
So yeah. We did check out the parents' guide prior to watching it because I said your dad's a little bit concerned because there's some sexual imagery in this movie. So
I wasn't concerned. I just thought it was going to be embarrassing for you watching it.
And so we went through the parents' guide, and she just went, "Oh God, Mum, no, there's male nipples. How will I ever cope?" Oh,
is that what she said?
Yeah. There is some photographs in the background of a shot that may depict sexual activity. Oh dear, will I be okay? And I was like, "I think you'll be okay." And she was like, "God, Dad's such a prude." She didn't like the fat Cenobite.
No, or vagina neck. She described one of them as.
Yes, vagina neck. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, she liked it. I don't know whether I'd want to force the rest of them on her, but. I also watched Session 9 again because someone recommended it on something, and I was like, "Ooh, it's on Prime." I'll watch Session 9. I liked it really. I really liked it when I first watched it. It's a bit meandering, but it's a decent enough watch, and how it kind of all unfolds is quite interesting. And then the super long movie that made me cry, I watched The Green Mile again, which I haven't watched really since it came out.
Is that the sequel?
The Green Mile?
Again.
The Green Mile again.
No, I watched The Green Mile again.
Yeah, Tom Hanks finds another problem with his urine.
Yeah.
And he tries to wait for another black person to turn around. No one does, because they're trying to be, a bit more racially conscious about who they're executing. So he just dies of urine infection. It's very tragic.
Didn't he die of a urinary infection?
Yeah.
In the sequel.
Oh, in the sequel. Okay.
Well, The Green Mile again?
Yeah.
The Green Mile again.
Right, okay.
There's not really a sequel, Mark. They're just making fun of me.
Never.
Mean boys. The release of The Green Mile as a serialized book was an odd little experiment on Stephen King's part, but I remember it did make it quite exciting when the books were all coming out as little like mini chapters, and then when the film was made, I wasn't super convinced when I first watched it. It was a bit too magic-y. Whereas obviously there's always a supernatural element, isn't there? But it just seemed a bit too much. But
I think we went on a date to see this, didn't we?
It's not really a date movie.
It's not really a date movie.
How romantic.
But yeah, rewatching it, it's really like there's so many emotional gut punches in it. From the sick wife to the poor little mouse, and what's his name, Edward Delacroix, when he gets killed, and stupid Percy fucking Wetmore forgets to put the sponge on his head. Yeah, I cried a couple of times watching this movie, I'm not gonna lie. but I am a bit of a crier. So, you know. But yeah, it's fantastic, and there's so many great performances in it. Tom Hanks is just absolutely sort of true to the book. What's his name? David Morse is, as always, great. Michael Clarke Duncan's great. I was saying to you, I messaged you while I was watching it and just said James Cromwell is always great to see pop up in a movie, because he always, even if he's supposed to be this kind of slightly hard-nosed warden that's going through some shit, he always brings like a level of humanity to it that just makes you, he's just always kind of relatable in some way. So yeah, Sam Rockwell's a dick in it.
What else is new?
And what's his name? Doug Hutchison is brilliant as Percy Wetmore. He's a horrible fucking character, but he plays it so well.
He's actually an unsung hero of that film.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me.
Right, I'll do what I watched. I think I'm going to watch one on my own this week.
Taylor's back.
Thirsty Taylor.
Thirsty Taylor.
So I, for no reason whatsoever, watched Not Another Happy Ending. I am the one person that's watched this movie, I think.
You make some poor choices, don't you?
Yes.
Were you a little bit tiddled and you wanted to see if Karen Gillan got a bum out?
Karen Gillan does get her bottom out in this movie.
What?
Yes.
All right. Where can I find it?
It's no nipple action, though, is there?
There is no nipple action. I still maintain that Amy Adams and that her nipple is digitally edited out because it should be there and it's not.
But is there a butthole cut?
Maybe she's just got strangely positioned nipples.
No,
they're like right in the middle.
No, well that just means in the middle.
They're right around the sides.
No, but after the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're not.
No.
It's fine. So does anyone even know anything about this?
I mean, you told me all about it, and I've scrubbed it from my memory because it sounds so bad.
So, Karen Gillan plays a novelist who's trying to get her first novel published, which is she claims it's not anything to do with her life, but it is kind of supposed to be semi-autobiographical, and about sort of the growing up with the fact that her dad abandoned her. And she gets it published, gets a two-book deal with this French publisher. But then, because he changed the title and doesn't tell her that he's changed the title, they have this big argument and then they fall out, but she has to write another book for him. But when she's just at the end of writing this next book, she gets writer's block and so can't write the rest of the book.
Oh, no.
And it's all because actually, secretly, she doesn't want to finish the book because then their relationship will be over and, you know what, they actually love each other.
Sneaky.
Yeah, it's that. Karen Gillan is very charismatic and he's very good in it, but it feels like there's about 30 minutes of the movie missing because literally their entire relationship she has with this guy at the start of it, that then you're supposed to believe that they've had this real deep connection and she's really hurt by it, is literally a 2-minute montage of them walking around Scotland.
I mean, we do love montages.
We do, but it honestly, you go, I'm not getting that they were that close.
You're not invested.
No. It's fun enough a bit, but it's not worth many people's time. What else did we watch? Becky, we watched that, didn't we?
We did. We watched Blades of Glory as a post-Eurovision. Let's watch the other recent decent Will Ferrell movie.
You say recent, but it's 13 years old.
No. Wow.
Yes.
I mean, that's how long it's been, though.
This film would be a teenager now.
That's the most recent decent Will Ferrell movie. Then.
Most recent decent.
All
right, Lin-Manuel.
I could write a musical.
On Will Ferrell movies?
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Oh.
Well, so you wanted to rewatch this, didn't you?
Yeah, I really like Blades of Glory. I think I was saying this the other day. I prefer Will Ferrell movies where Will Ferrell actually acts like a grown-up rather than a giant infant, and he does act like
he throws up in his helmet.
Right, and would an infant throw up because they were fucking hanging in their suit while skating? No, because they wouldn't be able to skate and they wouldn't be able to drink.
So it's physical. It's physically that he's not a child in that sense. He can do those things.
Well,
if he can punch someone, he's not.
But like, he's a horny bitch. He's a pisshead, and he's kind of a dick. And that's what I want from my Will Ferrell roles, it would appear. Because he's actually quite good in this, and he's not irritating. So yeah, I really like this. And what's his face? The other one, John
Heder.
I guess that's it, Heder. He's really good in this. He really nails that kind of.
Yeah, he had a hot minute for a while, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love Blades of Glory. Like, honestly, I love pairs figure skating. Like, I shamefully admitted this to you while we were watching it, didn't I? Pairs figure skating is better than singles figure skating. It's just, you can get more emotion into the performances. And it's just lovely when they do their performance.
I was just looking up what John Heder his most recent film is. And it's Tremors Island Fury, the 7th Tremors movie.
Wow.
Good for him.
Wow. Yeah,
doing a new genre for him.
What else have we watched? We watched True Colours, didn't we? The James Spader, John Cusack movie.
Yeah, it's actually quite good.
It was good. Like a political kind of thriller drama film where James Spader isn't playing the arsehole, he's playing the good guy.
Yeah, which is awesome.
And John Cusack is playing the arsehole. And you kind of watch it going, this is good, but I think it might be better if it was the other way around.
I don't know, but isn't John Cusack kind of a salty bitch in real life?
He is, but Spader is so good at playing shitheel.
He really is.
He's good in this as the goodie.
He's really good in this.
And he's not really a goodie because he fucks his friend over.
But he's supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's on Prime, and it's worth watching. And we also watched Revenge, which is I think the only Tony Scott movie I've not seen.
I was so not emotionally invested in their journey in this.
I really was, but just because it's Tony Scott. The first hour of it, you've got
a thing for what's her face, Madeline Starr.
Everyone's got a thing for Madeline Starr. This movie is incredibly horny for Madeline Starr.
It is.
But there's the thing is, for the first hour you're going right, and this doesn't feel like a Tony Scott movie. And then for the next hour you're going, oh, now it's a Tony Scott movie. Now it's a Tony Scott movie, and I was.
The colours have changed.
It's because it was 1990, so it's a weird it's a very sort of similar place for Tony Scott, where he started to really get that style that he had that was post kind of like So he started to get that, and also as well, it's Costner just before he became superstar Kevin Costner.
I didn't mind the bits, to be fair. Like, it's not a bad film.
It's a really good film.
It's a really good film, and Costner's great in it. The bits where he's on the road, try to find out where she is, great. It's always nice to see Miguel Ferrer turn up in stuff, fantastic.
Nice.
But the core concept of them wanting to get revenge, I mean, they kind of deserved it. Maybe not that. Maybe not that.
They do. They don't deserve that. But I think that it sums it up. You get an actual scene where the bad guy literally says to him, "Look, I just want you to apologise.
Just fucking say sorry, mate.
Say sorry." And it's like, and so he does. And it's like, he basically says, "Look, that's all I needed from you was to say sorry." And it's like
Unhinged.
It is a little bit, yeah. But I love the fact that it doesn't pussy out on the ending. There's no fucking happy end in this movie. She literally died from her injuries.
Just after he's found her.
Spoiler alert for a 30-year-old movie.
Just after he's found her in his arms.
Just in his arms, literally gets there, where she quite literally, let's be honest, has been to death.
It's the word that you're not saying, does it begin with F?
Yeah.
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 I mean, I think all the extreme amount of drugs didn't help.
I don't think they helped as well,
No.
yeah. It's a very grim story.
Her side
Yeah,
of
it
it
sounds
was rough,
fucking horrible.
So what happens is, Kevin Costner leaves the Navy and goes to visit a friend that he's got that is in Mexico, that it turns out he's essentially a drug dealer.
Bad man.
He's a bad dude. Costa kind of knows this, but doesn't know how bad a dude he is. He has a young trophy wife played by Madeleine Stowe, who Costner has an affair with. The drug dealer finds out about this, so has Costner, they think, killed, but he actually survives.
The bit in the run-up to that, though, is actually really good,
Yeah.
where, like, they're arranging to meet, and she's like, oh, I'm going to visit my cousin in blah, 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 blah. And you know he knows.
Oh, yeah, he's got it all bugged.
Yeah.
But then for Madeleine Stowe, what they do is he cuts her face open and then sells her to a whorehouse. And then basically pays the whorehouse to keep her hooked on heroin.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's incredibly fucking grim.
It's not a fun ride.
It's not a fun ride, no.
No.
But yeah, it was. I did quite enjoy it as much as you can enjoy that kind of movie.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it. That's what we've watched this week, and obviously Batman Begins. But obviously, in Patreons, you can hear as he described that category of commentary.
Okay, well, my opinion on Batman Begins, obviously, because I'm not on the commentary. Oh,
what did you think of Turbo Kong's performance?
Who?
Turbo Kong. He plays Humongous Prisoner.
Humongous Prisoner.
I am the devil.
I am the devil. Yeah.
Nice. Batman Begins goes up in my estimation every time I watch it. I always just kind of, in my brain, go, yeah, Dark Knight's the best one. But Batman Begins is actually really fucking good. And I said to you while we were watching it, didn't I? Scarecrow is the best baddie in that series.
Mm.
The best just out and out baddie.
Yeah.
Those are the lips.
You are? Because of the lips?
Those are the lips.
Those fucking dirty, wet lips. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that fucking liquid is.
Seducing you with those lips, he is, Ian.
Oh, no, man, he's grossing me out with those lips.
You don't want to take a red eye with him? Oh.
No, I would not want to take anything with him.
I like
Isn't
Red Eye.
one of your favourite films,
Rules.
Cillian Murphy? Isn't actually your favourite film a Cillian Murphy movie?
Yeah, but, I mean, to be fair, yeah, I'd fuck Kappa. You know, that's fine. Like, I got no issue with that. Him and Roseburn. Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not? We do have one question.
Get a bit of Benny Wong in there as well. You know, why not? Let's have
Benny Wong.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
We have one question, sorry, which is from Rick Kidd at Rick J Kidd. What are your favourite Morricone scores, and who are your favourite musical score composers?
I mean, like I said earlier on, I think Investigation of Citizen Above Suspicion is pretty fucking fantastic.
His score for Bird with the Crystal Plumage is wonderful. It's
Yeah, it
mental.
is. Exorcist 2, the best thing about that is the fucking score.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't answer the Ennio Morricone one because I'm really bad on scores.
Cinema
I
Paradiso.
don't notice them.
That's a good shout
It's a
too.
real cool one.
Untouchables. You very much like
Oh
Untouchables.
god, yeah.
Favourite one person?
Favourite composer?
Mm.
Ooh, I don't know. It's a tough one, that one.
Badalamenti.
Badalamenti has to be up there, yeah.
It's like-
up there.
He kind of disappeared a little bit, but Cliff Martinez did some really interesting work towards like the beginning of the teens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a thing for Randy Newman when he's doing his more animated stuff. I think Monsters University is one of the great scores of the last decade.
That's a call,
Yeah.
but one I'm not educated enough to.
People don't give it
Deny.
enough credit, but that film is really funny, really good, and that score is so interestingly done. It's got that kind of football chanting theme.
What, like a game of FIFA?
Like American football, the kind of the drums and the band, the kick band, kind
Okay.
of marching band. That's the term.
To be fair, the FIFA soundtrack's pretty banging.
Yeah, I guess some
That makes it
Kasabian, Robbie Williams.
Yeah, Kasabian.
What was the last FIFA game you played, Andrew?
World Cup '98.
Yeah,
Jerry Goldsmith.
Kasabian back in the news for all the wrong reasons over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
That's highly predictable thing that happened. Oh, favorite composers?
Go on.
John Carpenter.
Oh yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, John Carpenter. Because there is very few days that go by that I don't end up at some point humming the Escape from New York theme tune.
And we're back to Escape from New York.
Yeah.
I mean, can I say the Mamma Mia films?
So Benny and Bjorn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair point, yeah.
Definitely can.
That was
Rolf Kent. Up in the Air Sideways. That's a great doubleheader. And yeah.
That's an interesting choice.
So, Ian, what are we watching next week?
Films.
Greyhound and
The Old Guard.
Old Guard, and I will be watching the Zac Efron documentary.
Is that a film?
Yes, it's a film. It's a documentary film.
What's it about?
He essentially is doing a documentary about it's about new ecotech.
Yeah, fair enough.
What?
Yep. So what's it called? It is called.
Look at my solar panels.
And by that, of course, he takes off his shirt and he means
Yeah.
biceps.
Yeah. Look at my nipples like this bulb.
I'd watch that. I mean,
I reckon they'd have the power to do that.
Sorry?
I reckon they'd have the power to do that.
Yeah, fucking right.
So you're saying there's not much coming up?
When's Greyhound? Is it Greyhound? When's that?
Greyhound drops
Apple TV on Friday.
On Friday, okay.
Yeah, Down to Earth, the Netflix. It's a Netflix film, the Zac Efron one, and yeah, it's essentially it's him sort of investigating various new sort of eco tech and bits like that are coming out on
and
Horizon.
he's singing the Peter Gabriel song from Wall-E the entire time, judging by the title.
I would hope so.
I would love that. That'd be great.
The trailer just makes you go. Do you know what? I am very happy to be spending time with Zac Efron.
Just on the Zac Efron thing, a very funny YouTube video that I'd recommend to you, Mark, is Zac Efron at the EA press conference for E3 in 2015, where he and Snoop Dogg and Jamie Foxx are all invited to play Battlefield 1. And they're all really fucking stoned.
I think I've seen this before, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is fucking exceptional. Just like the EA PR people just trying to get a conversation out of them, and they're just like, fuck off, I'm just playing a video game and you're paying me hundreds of thousands of dollars. Fuck off. I'm here. And it's like Snoop Dogg's talking about he's got a secret weapon, and it's just like, is it weed? It's weed, isn't it? It's.
So that's next week's show. The Old Guard and Greyhound, a movie that Tom Hanks is angry about.
I would have liked to have seen that in a cinema. It looks cinematic.
Well, if you get yourself a 4K TV, it's basically the same.
Oh my God, Mandrew, but you're right. The thing is, guys, if you get yourself this stuff by Friday, you can watch both of them in 4K.
Yeah.
We could get a projector screen instead.
Yeah.
Look at his face.
Okay,
So sad. I'm not really going to get a projector screen.
Oh.
Just. Fuck.
I'm trying, Ian. I'm trying.
I don't know whether it's more fun torturing it.
No, we've got to stop.
You two are killing me because you're going to fucking love it when you get it. That's the thing. You're so used to your fucking smeary, blurry HD shite. And it's going to be so good.
Ian,
You just-
Ian, just out of curiosity, does it upscale DVDs?
I've never tried watching a DVD with this. I mean, it upscales Blu-rays nicely.
DVDs can look quite nice. I watched Seven once, and the DVD for that looked really spectacular.
There you go.
Play videos through it.
What, VHS?
Yeah, like.
I once watched a really good YouTube video of a guy had set up his Apple TV on a CRT TV. An old fucking what is it?
Yeah.
Because Apple told him he couldn't do it, so he fucking did it by making his own cable for it.
I might have to get on YouTube and watch that right now. That sounds fucking incredible.
Yeah, he set it up.
Man is committed.
He's there fucking scrolling at like a proper. It wasn't even like a modern fucking like CRT. It was like a fucking backlit fucking cable TV. Like a screen.
Oh, they're amazing.
It was wonderful.
I saw a thing the other day. Someone had made a TV stand out of one of them for their big flashy TV out of an old CRT one. It was good time.
God, they were heavy.
Weren't they? Big.
Yeah. Andrew, thank you very much for joining us for this episode.
It's been a pleasure and a joy.
Good. Right. We are Pod Syndicate, so listen to the Pod Syndicate podcast, his film, her movie. We have a Neon Chinstrucker versus Punter.
What does Andrew have to pimp?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, good point. I have a podcast. We talk about a different film every week, and in a couple of weeks we've got episode 200, where we talk about Hamilton. And we have a bunch of guests, including Bradley Porter. You may know him. He dishes some deets about people, music, and cinema, which is always fun. So go and find Are You Movie Mad on your podcasting systems.
I thought you were going to forget to give the name then, and I was going to have to step in, Andrew. Good work.
I am a professional. It's just I'm also, a beer down.
Fair enough.
It's Pod Syndicate.
We are podsyndicate.com.
Yep. And Patreon. Patreon.com/Film Bastards.
Why are you making
Patreon.com/Film-Bastards.
/
How you do it? The backslash is that.
You just look violent.
This is great for radio, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Maybe we should take a video of you doing it. The instructional video.
Yeah. Thank you much for listening, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
This podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.